to the Quad.
It was the Quad.
It was the Quad Podcast. It was a podcast
It's
smash.
the Quad
It caught on in a flash.
Podcast.
It was the Quad
It's the
Podcast.
Quad
It was the Quad Podcast.
Podcast.
It was a podcast
It was the
smash.
Quad
It caught on in a flash.
Podcast.
It was the Quad Podcast.
Welcome to the Quad with Chris Young. As always, I'm Chris. We have Haley, the literal bear.
Hello.
We have Thor, a.k.a. Josh Cleave.
Josh Odin's son.
Josh. And we have Left Shark, a.k.a. Ryan from Miami. If you are not watching our YouTube,
You're missing out right
I
now.
really have to pee. This is uncomfortable.
yeah, if you also hear something that sounds like a fan during this particular podcast, it is because he is in a blow-up Left Shark costume.
What if I wanted to be right shark, though? How do you know I'm not right shark?
Are you right or Left Shark?
I kind of want to be ambidextrous shark.
Oh, good Lord.
You know, where I could be both.
You know, it's based on where they're located on stage, not their dexterity, right?
Do you know what I'm dressed as?
Cowboys fan?
A winner.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Wow.
I wanted to do that so bad. Thank you for walking right into that, Ryan. I appreciate it.
I'm a winner, too.
Well, apparently there's also a loser right next to him.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm right here.
Whoa.
I'm right here.
Hey,
Easy.
hey.
I'm talking about
easy.
the fact that the Bears lost and I am a bear.
Yep, that is also true.
Hey, my dog ate my homework, so I didn't carve a pumpkin, but you guys did a great job on this.
Yeah, y'all did great.
Mine's a little shriveled already. It was the bat symbol. I have a great picture of it when I first carved it, but I carved it like a couple days ago, so the ears have shriveled away and like the legs have shriveled away.
Well, we'll still take photos of it this morning and leave it up to the people to decide.
Well,
We'll
I
let the
have
people
a
decide.
picture of it for.
No.
I mean, that's not even our hot take. We're going to have 2 polls
Yeah, I got to go.
this week. By the way, who did win the poll? Do we know?
Okay, so here's the thing. I need to check it right now because...
You
Oh, no.
posted it late again.
No, it's not just because I posted it late. It's because we were in single digits between the winner and the second place.
Oh, my God.
It's the closest one we've ever had. So I was like, we got to wait till that morning.
Really?
With 41%, let's see the numbers. With a total of 503 versus 499, The Rock just edges out Ryan Reynolds.
Baby.
The closest margin of victory we have ever had on the podcast. 4 votes.
I would like to thank all of our listeners and the people that voted. Thank you so much.
Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
All right.
You want to eat them too?
Whoa, no.
Oh, no, that can be misconstrued.
That sounds
do not.
bad. We do not like that.
Dun-dum.
Do you want to go put on an actual costume, Chris?
I am. I'm about to go put it on. Do you guys want to start with sports so you can do the win of the week and the fantasy update while I'm putting this costume on?
Yeah, let's do the fantasy update. I like that.
All right.
Sports!
Yeah.
Of course you're ready for the fantasy update this week.
I can't pull anything up, so I'm going to have to need assistance from you
I've
guys.
got you.
Since
Somehow,
You're watching this, and I know that no one's going to be able to hear this on the podcast, or I'm going to sound like I'm a day away. This is absolutely hilarious.
this is our best showing yet. For the second straight week, someone has had a record showing against me. This week it was Ryan with 174 points to my 81. 174 would have beaten literally every single person in here, including CY, who also had a record-setting one with 164, beating the crap out of Mitchell. Bear,
I took down Stacy.
You took down Stacy.
I mean, he has Nick Chubb in, but he has to get like 40-something points.
Not impossible, but unlikely.
does he get full chub or half chub tonight?
Wow.
Wow. Ernest beats John Stone.
What are you laughing at?
Right now, Michael Ray is beating Austin, but
Oh.
Austin is projected to win. He's got a... Well, we'll see. His defense is on bye, and Austin Eckler is on bye, so we'll see. That's going to be a close call. And that is your update of fantasy football this week.
Ryan, sounds like you're opening a snack.
I'm coming out to play, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta get the headphones. There it is. All right. Hi. Yes. Now we're cooking with gasoline. Let's go.
Now you just look like something odd.
What do I look like?
I don't know.
I could say something
A half
boring.
shark. Going full shark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love this. We have a changing room in here apparently, which I wasn't aware of. Oh, Your Highness.
We're Knights of the Round Table.
Knights.
Shrubbery.
These things are dangerous, by the way.
Yeah. Let's.
Get on the wrong side
Wow.
of the backhand of that thing.
If you're wondering why it's black, it's because the oil from his hands.
Yeah. You know what?
Do you need help here?
No, I got it. When you're a knight,
It's UCF night.
No.
No.
sometimes you get dirty on the battlefield. So I feel like this is acceptable.
Charge on.
You look good.
All right. So go ahead, give us your win of the week, Ryan. What is your win of the week?
Well, the win this week. Are we talking NFL or are we talking college football?
Let's go college first.
Yeah, let's go college.
In college football, your win of the week, ladies and gentlemen, is your UCF Knights upsetting number 19 Cincinnati to crack the top 25 for the first time since 2020. It was an unbelievable victory for your UCF Knights. I was there in person at homecoming. Charge on. Go Knights. Let's go.
That was not the win of the week. The win of the week.
The win of the week was Kansas State.
Kansas State, EMA beating the crap and shutting out Oklahoma State 48-0.
That was a really ridiculous.
That was insane.
So where are the standings at right now at this point?
Well, what's weird is I think this is the first week that they're actually doing the true rankings.
Yeah,
correct?
so the College Football Playoff Committee comes out, after week 9.
They come out with the actual rankings. But this week, K-State was ranked 22, and Oklahoma State was ranked number 9. So they are definitely going to move up.
Early reports is 13 for Kansas State.
That's
Whoa,
crazy.
that's
I feel
good.
like that's low. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
Well, if you
they're
beat number 9,
They're second in the Big 12 behind TCU, who's
TCU's,
8-0.
by the way, Sonny Dykes. I think he's the first coach in that conference's history to start 8-0 in his first year there. Well done by Sonny Dykes and TCU. They look good this year. Big 12, by the way. Big 12 has been a really good conference this year. For a lot of people sleeping on them, they've been probably the most fun conference to watch this year.
which, by the way, Josh, since you are dressed as Thor,
yes.
would you call Mjolnir? Sometimes it takes a second, so we'll wait.
I'll just hang it here.
I mean, you don't have to leave your hand out. It's fine.
I must.
He's coming
I
from
don't know how long
afar.
that'll be.
Mjolnir is coming from afar.
Yeah.
He whosoever holds Mjolnir and is shown worthy possesses the power of Thor.
It's on its way. I can tell.
All right, I'll just keep it right
I can tell. No, I need to put your hand down. We didn't want you. Anyone only listening to this week, I swear to God, you were missing out so bad.
You need to watch.
Do you want to drop the YouTube?
Yes,
tag?
actually, I would like to drop this. We now have introduced YouTube handles, by the way. So you can do youtube.com/@ the quad with CY, and it takes you directly to our YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/@ the quad with CY.
Love it.
Even easier.
You want to know who's won't be ranked? The Gators.
Well,
Nah.
We're 6th in
one more time.
We are 6th in the SEC.
Yes, you are. But you just played in the largest outdoor cocktail party. How was that?
Well, it probably sucked because the dogs walked all over us.
Yeah.
By the way, setting up a huge matchup coming up this weekend between Georgia and Tennessee.
I need
It's
to
gonna be
watch that
huge.
game.
It's going to be huge.
It is college football supremacy on the line this weekend between the two best, sans Ohio State, the two best teams in college football.
All
It's
right,
going to be fun.
Wait, you don't actually believe that, do you?
What? That they're the two best teams in college
That
football?
Ohio State is better than Tennessee?
The eye test, which is what I go by, says no. But
Yeah.
the pollsters say yes. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I think they only do that because they don't want an all SEC
Well, it's all up to the
Top
committee.
two.
The college ball committee obviously will come out with their rankings, and that'll change.
And
each
this is
every
why the
week,
college
and-
ball committee sucks because
college ball committee.
isn't that what you just said?
That is a ball.
Yeah,
It's the college ball playoff committee. To be fair,
I don't.
To be fair.
I don't know how I feel about Ohio State being ranked second. They haven't looked great this year so far.
Yeah, by the way, it took a massive fourth quarter comeback to beat Penn State this weekend.
That's kind of
24
what I'm
points in the
talking
fourth
about.
quarter to come back, but
Like
still
I
undefeated.
say that knowing that one of the guys on my crew is a huge Ohio State fan. So Ohio State homers, like he was saying that. This is not just me being a random Texas fan making an observation, because I definitely don't have any partiality to the SEC until Texas is playing in that particular conference, which is going to happen at some point. But this is like I don't see how they're ranked second.
Well, Tennessee has more top 25 wins than any team this season, and I think
Yeah.
obviously they get one more this upcoming weekend. They will jump Ohio State and go to the number 1 ranked team in the country.
Oh,
So-
you think they jump Georgia too?
Oh, but they beat Georgia, yeah, absolutely. Oh, no, I'm not talking about the playoff. In the playoff rankings that come out now, Georgia's going to be number 1.
Oh, okay.
Ohio
I
State
see-
will be
I
2.
see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
idiot.
But I'm saying
Sorry.
after this week, after the Georgia-Tennessee battle, if they beat Georgia,
Then,
obviously,
yeah, they
they
go to
vault
1.
to number 1 in the country.
Who's your pick for Georgia, Tennessee?
Man, look,
Yeah, I don't know. That's
everybody
hard.
always says defense wins championships. In college football, that is not proven to be true. Offense dictates most of the time who wins those games. Tennessee has the best offense in the country.
And a pretty darn good defense, what they did to Kentucky this past weekend, and Will Levis, who's an NFL prospect, limiting them to 6 or 9 points. They were incredible.
Yeah, that's sorry, Georgia fans. A bunch of my friends are going to be mad. Kane Brown's going to be really mad at me, but I got to go Tennessee.
I'm rolling with the dogs.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. I believe the betting favorite going into this weekend is Georgia. So you are siding with the dogs. Even though Tennessee's offense, we've seen, historical numbers from them so far this year.
Dogs in the over. Let's go.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee only because they're like on cloud 9 and they have like all of the power from their fans and their franchise, like just lifting them up, giving them the faith that they pretty much think they're going to beat the dogs anyway. So I think it helps.
You can't really have the letdown game 2 weeks after Alabama.
It is at Georgia for the record. So the game is in Athens this week.
I get that.
The other
That-
hard part
that
is
doesn't matter.
whatever happens, Alabama fans will be like, see, told you, Georgia's not good. Or see, oh, they beat Georgia and they beat us, therefore we're still good. Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
the Alabama fans are just going to have a reason for everything after this game.
Oh no, sorry.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
can't do that.
whoa, whoa.
Hello.
Is it now time for our NFL update?
I guess I believe it is.
Do I need it?
Well, I don't. Hang
Are
on.
you trying to open the door with your Thor powers?
No, I'm trying to open it with the hammer.
Hello.
Where exactly would the hammer be? Because it wasn't beside
We are in need of a
Sorry,
hammer.
It is, yes. Sorry, you guys are getting the completely unvarnished podcast.
It is
this
hammer
week.
time.
It is upstairs, all the way to the left, on the other side of the dresser.
Hammer time.
All right.
What was that?
That is someone bringing Mjolnir for Josh's
Oh my
costume.
God.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit.
So let's go NFL since you're dressed as a bear. Dallas
Mine-
looks pretty good.
Yeah, they do.
They do. At least we put
defense.
up more points than any other team has.
You did actually put up more points, I believe, than any team has put up against our defense. But
We still
I
suck.
will also say we scored so much that they were on the field a lot more. 49-29. Outside of the one pick that Prescott threw, they just looked really, really good.
Parsons scored a touchdown.
Micah Parsons is that dude. He is just so good. I am so glad that that's who we drafted. And you know what? For all of the crap that Jerry Jones gets, that's who he wanted to take. So you got to give him a little bit of credit. for picking him up.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all did great. I'm so glad I could be there to witness the disaster that was on the field. But it's still fun being in a football stadium watching football, even when your team is getting destroyed.
Football is fun.
Yep. Our
Meanwhile,
buddy Mikey, shout out to him. Sorry, Mikey, you're also a Bears fan. I invited you, and then you get to watch my team.
But like I said, I
beat the
kind of
crap
want to
out of
lose.
yours.
I kind of want to lose the rest of the season. I want to prove my point that our coaches that they hired are
Not
poopy.
good.
Do you? What would it take? You know what? I have a question for you, Bear. What would it take for you to be a happy Bears fan? Because I feel like in the entirety that I've known you, you've been a depressed Bears fan.
Has anyone been a happy Bears fan that you've ever met?
She has a point.
That's fair.
We haven't had a team since '85. Even the one
Speaking-
time we went to the Super Bowl was a disaster.
Speaking of being unhappy,
Dolphins came back to rally and beat the
Yeah.
Lions, baby.
You beat
They're
the
I
Lions.
know. 5-0
I
with
was,
Tua.
I was getting ready to just
all of you were.
dunk all
Jordo-
over you.
I-
Jordo was so happy.
He was texting me when it was 14-0. Hey, eyes. And I'm like, just wait, bro. Just wait.
Also, it's the Lions who are what? We've won one game.
They're 1-6, but
They're-
still,
they're not very
They're
good.
actually they're more competitive than you give them credit
They
for.
are.
The-
Well,
the
I mean-
record does not show how competitive they've been in every game they played this season. It was early on in that game against the Cowboys. It was competitive, and then the Cowboys pulled away in the second half last week.
Yeah. And then it wasn't competitive.
They were competitive for a quarter, and then it was over.
Exactly. Josh, you want to talk about your Kansas City Chiefs?
We won the bye week this week.
Yes, you did. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So much going on.
So what? This is week 8 of the NFL now.
Yes.
It was week 8, correct.
And the Cowboys are on a bye this week.
Cowboys are on a bye. Are we positive we don't already know what the playoff situation is looking like right now? Let me just run through this for you really quick. NFC, Vikings, Bucks likely, 49ers, Seattle, one of those two.
Well,
winning their division.
Vikings, Bucks, you're saying?
Vikings,
And Buccaneers?
Buccaneers.
Oh, I mean,
That's division
right
winners.
now Atlanta is in first place in that division.
I'm not trusting Atlanta. Right?
Okay.
I'm not saying based on. I'm saying what's going to
I'm
likely
just
happen.
saying.
Eagles, 49ers, Seattle as the division winners, with Cowboys, Giants, and then the 49ers, Seattle, somewhere on the either wild card or the bubble. All right?
I like that.
AFC, division winners, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Titans, with Cincy, and then the Dolphins, Pats, Chargers in that 6-7.
I like that.
Dolphins,
But by the way, the only one that I would question, and I'm going to sound like a homer for 1 second, but because I'm a Cowboys fan, but the Giants aren't it, man. Like they don't.
That had upset written all over it yesterday, though, against the Seahawks. Geno Smith, by the way, career revival.
Oh Jesus! I mean,
I understand, but name me a better NFC team that's down in, unless you're saying Atlanta is the.
I would say they would probably swap out because you're not going to have 3 teams from the NFC East.
You
go
might.
in. I don't know.
You
about
might.
that one. I don't know about that. I don't think so, Tim.
Do want to give a shout out, though, to the Eagles. They are 7-0, just the 29th team since 1990 to start 7-0. All 29 of those teams made the playoffs. 13 made the Super Bowl, 6 won it all.
Okay, can I have you do me one favor? And by the way, I have been on record as saying the Eagles are really good, and I like Hurts a lot. Will you tell me who they've beaten?
Well, I mean, the Cowboys,
With a backup QB.
So,
but the defense still.
Philadelphia's wins so far this year.
Which
They
is
obviously-
exactly why I was glad they did not start Dak that week. He needed a week to get his feet under
They
him.
beat the Lions 38-35, and what was an epic
And
opening
you-
weekend game of the season.
Which is interesting because you just said how bad the Lions are.
I said the Lions are 1-6, but have played well in those games, in their 7 games. They beat the Vikings 24-7. Vikings are our division leader right now. They beat
give
the
you that.
Commanders 24-8. Commanders have played better.
No.
They beat Pletter.
no.
They,
They what?
Pletter.
They beat
They beat
Plater.
the Eagles. They beat the Jaguars 29-21.
Who were terrible.
They beat the Cardinals 20-17.
They were
They
middle
weren't
of the
there
pack.
yet. They also didn't have Hopkins yet.
Yeah.
They beat the Cowboys 26-17 and romped the Steelers 35-13.
So
Look,
they beat a bunch of bad teams, and
they
our
beat the
team with
teams
the
on their
backup
schedule.
QB.
They beat the teams
you know
on their
what?
schedule.
Look, I'm not downplaying. I said to start what I was saying because I know Jimmy Allen is going to come for me. I know he is.
Let me continue with
I
this, though.
think the Eagles are a great team. They have not been pressed yet, except when they played the Lions, who you just admitted are not very good.
Better than advertised. However, look at their schedule coming up.
Look at what we put up against Detroit.
I understand. Look at the schedule for the Eagles coming up. Tell me when they're going to be tested here, because I don't see it. They play the Texans.
Nope.
The Commanders.
Nope.
The Colts.
Nope.
The Packers.
Nope.
The Titans.
Yes.
Yes.
The Giants.
Yes.
The Bears.
No.
No.
Cowboys.
Yes.
Yes.
Saints and Giants.
No and yes.
Wow,
So,
they have an easy schedule.
It is literally shaping up to be maybe a 2-loss season potentially for Philadelphia.
I mean, I think they take the division right now.
With that schedule? Clearly.
I would bet that.
I wish the Bears had that scheduled.
It's
I'm
got-
also very interested to see how they play Dallas, because didn't they play Dallas in Philly?
in Philly without Dak Prescott.
Right. Now they have to play with Dak and that defense probably back at full strength because we were even missing players this week.
Christmas Eve.
We were missing like
Ooh,
5
that's
players.
going to be a good Christmas Eve game. Let's
Oh,
go.
we might have to watch that somewhere. I'm definitely going to be watching that somewhere, but I'm just saying. Anyway,
How about Christian McCaffrey, by the way? First player since LaDainian Tomlinson in 05 with a touchdown pass, a rushing touchdown, and a TD reception in the same game. He's running wild in that San Francisco offense.
You know what sucks is the kid that stepped in for the Panthers.
Ooh, he has a lot of shoes
Deontay
to fill.
Deontay Foreman? Former Texas running back? Talking about?
No, the quarterback.
Oh, P.J. Walker.
Threw arguably one of the best passes I've ever seen.
On the Hail Mary to DJ Moore?
And then DJ Moore, was that who it was that ripped
Correct.
his helmet off
Yeah.
and got the penalty, and
Yep.
then they missed the field goal and they lose in OT.
Yep.
He threw.
Well-
I mean, that pass was rolling to his left. I don't remember exactly how many yards, but it was like 60 yards downfield, over double coverage, right where he needed to drop it, a dime, and he gets screwed by his receiver getting a penalty.
That Hail Mary pass to DJ Moore traveled 67.6 yards in the air, the longest completion by air distance in the next-gen stats era. The probability of that completion was 11.5%.
Wait, so is Baker not playing?
Oh no,
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 Oh
no!
no, he's benched.
Oh,
Yeah, they benched him. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Well,
haven't paid attention.
I
to
just
Carolina
wanted
very
to give him a quick little little shout out.
Quick game of good or not good to end this week. We'll make it very, very quick. The New York Jets, who lost to the Patriots, are now 5-3. Good or not good? They're second in the division.
Good.
Man, I already
Less-
said it once. I don't think they're as good as you think they are.
It's less good without Brees Hall.
Zach
Yeah,
Wilson
that's a
has not
huge-
played well. He's terrible.
I don't
quarterback.
think they're as good as everyone thinks they are. I'm sorry.
Especially without Brees Hall, I'm gonna go
Sorry,
with
Mike
they're gonna go
Greenberg.
downhill. So I'm gonna say not good.
4-3. Chargers. The LA Chargers.
Nope.
Not
Good or
good.
not
Not
good?
good.
All right. That settles that.
I told you that he wasn't going to win MVP this season. I didn't care what anybody said. No.
At 5-3, the Seattle Seahawks topping the NFC West. Good or not good?
They're good.
Seattle.
Watch the 49ers, though. 49ers are coming.
The 49ers are great, but again,
4-4.
who did you put in your group? It's either the Seahawks or the 49ers.
Yeah, they're winning the division.
I don't know. I think the 49ers are really good.
They are.
Really good. Especially adding Christian McCaffrey. That gives them a
The
whole
Seahawks are
wrinkle.
so much better, and this has to be like
a slap in the face to
a
Russell Wilson.
slap in the face to Russell Wilson.
I mean-
because he looks.
Russ didn't want to run that offense. Russ wanted to cook the way that he wanted to, and now you're seeing someone playing the system well.
They won. Russ won, though, in London. He did win.
Before we, crown the 49ers the champions, let's remember that Jimmy Garoppolo overthrows everyone or throws it at their feet. So, let's
He did
just
overthrow someone in a Super Bowl that
I,
cost them the victory.
I also
so.
can't say much because they beat us last year. So
It's okay.
Last but not least,
different team.
at
this year.
5-3, tied for second in the AFC East, your Miami Dolphins.
Not good.
Good or not good?
Good with Tua.
I disagree. I think they're not good. They're going to still fall apart.
I
Them
have
and the
to
Lions
admit,
put up a record number
dude,
of yards in that first half.
I can't say that the Cowboys having the record they have with what they've done with Cooper and then now having Dak back, him being able to make some throws and that defense, I can't sit here and say the Dolphins aren't good when they're in the exact same situation.
By the way, QBR ratings, which is a rating we use, a metric to measure quarterbacks, best QBR in the league is Tua Tagovailoa
Well,
over Josh Allen.
Do they?
That's
Oh,
impossible.
dude.
Third
now
is Patrick Mahomes.
Now
Just
you
saying.
played yourself.
I'm just
now
saying.
You
I'm
played
so
yourself.
annoyed by when you do this shit.
I'm just saying.
I'm so annoyed by this.
I'm just saying.
You do this because they don't weigh. Can we do it based on the same number of games they played? Because
I'm just saying.
Josh Allen has played 3 more games than he has.
QBR.
So if you do total QBR over a smaller sample size, it's going to be very skewed.
Fourth
I get
is Geno
so
Smith.
tired of when you do
Oh, my
this.
God.
Just saying.
Also, wait till he falls off the Tua train when you start losing every game into the future.
We're 5-0 with Tua.
Yeah. What are your upcoming games?
Oh boy.
Once again, y'all keep playing
Anyway,
crappy teams that win
we
against
we don't have to.
the Bills was lucky.
Okay, so upcoming schedule: Bears.
Well, yeah, that's
a
an
win.
easy win.
Browns, Texans. Bears, Browns, and Texans. That's W's.
Yeah, and why did you stop there, Ryan?
49ers, tough. Chargers win. Bills
I don't know.
win. Packers
do not beat
win.
the Bills.
Patriots win. Jets win. That means winning the AFC East, ladies and gentlemen, and undefeated with Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback.
I can't wait for this hot
Let's
take
go.
to
I'm
totally
so
go.
annoyed.
I
off.
might be a shark, but I'm disguised. I'm a dolphin at heart.
I gotta go. I gotta go. Let's go to music.
Music. I thought that was a good line.
Oh man, I'm so sorry for anyone listening to that.
What even is that? That's
He's
not a
trying to-
dolphin.
that does
Isn't that
not
not a
sound like
dolphin?
Flipper. It doesn't.
You sound like I don't even know what you sound
Nope,
like.
we're just going to move on.
Moving on. So
back in my shark hole.
hey, by the way, anyone that is again watching on YouTube, which what do you do for YouTube?
You go to the quad, or sorry, youtube.com/@thequad with CY.
So definitely,
This is really hard to talk through.
yeah. I think you might be better off going back to what you were doing just a second ago, where it's not over your face.
Okay, sounds good.
We appreciate the hustle, but
I'm trying to be dedicated to the costume.
yeah, there it is. If I look tired on camera, I quite literally went from playing a show in Spokane. I got about 4.5 hours of sleep. Woke up at like 3:30 in the morning to be at the airport to fly to Dallas to go to the Cowboys Bears game to then fly home last night. So I am I am tired. But amazing show. Shout out to everybody that came out there. It was for a really good cause as well. So definitely enjoyed getting to be there, getting to play, and a lot of tracking coming up soon.
Oh,
Working on new music stuff.
You're slowing down for the year now, right? You don't have that many more shows left?
Yeah, it's interesting. I still have a lot of work, but it's more pretty much most of the shows are acoustic. They're like radio things.
Mm-hmm.
They're time in studio that I've got booked. It's co-writes, it's meetings, it's that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty much done and starting to kind of roll back the full band stuff, at least until next year. So it's always an interesting time for me because, you enjoy playing with your band in front of people. And this is just the time of year like Thanksgiving, Christmas. I always make sure I'm off to be with my family. And then I've got all this other stuff that I've got to wrap up for the end of the year. I've had hours-long meetings with everybody from my label to my publisher to which we may have some cool news on that front very soon.
Let's go.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, everything has just been really fantastic. And I do want to take a moment, and I know I've said thank you a lot on stage this year if you guys have seen me, but I just want to say it here on the podcast. I love you guys. Thank you very much for supporting my music, for supporting this venture that we get to do. Just a very lucky human being, thanks to you guys. So I really appreciate it.
We love you, man.
All right.
Woo! Big fans.
It is spooky season. It is Halloween. This is
You're all
by the
dressed up.
way. Yeah, I was going to say this is
Is it?
my
I had no idea.
this is my second costume. By the way, I've got another one.
Yeah, I've got a fan naturally inside of me, and you are.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, I bet you do.
So anyway, when
what's
we
their
do What Are
name?
You Listening To, we are going to good Lord. Well, we're doing What Are You Listening To this week. We are going to talk about you have to go Halloween song. And I'm gonna steal, since I get to go first, and go with Thriller.
Ooh,
Why
that's
didn't
a
you
good
prepare
one.
me
That's a
for
good
this?
Because I want you to be on your toes.
I don't really know that many. The Monster Mash, should I steal that from the opener?
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
One. That's a pretty
I like
good
it.
one.
That's a great one. That's elite.
I was not prepared, as I had a long monologue about a song that came out on Friday. If I'm going
no.
to choose a Halloween one,
Oh no.
I'll choose Halloween by the Dave Matthews Band.
Would you also like to add your other one
Would
since
love
you
to.
had something prepped?
Came out Halloween weekend, so this is really good. I co-wrote this song with a really amazing artist named Alexandra Kay, who
Yes.
spent all summer opening up for Tim McGraw.
Nice, yes.
She's independent. She's crushing it. And that song is called Backroad Therapy. That song went to the top of the iTunes chart on Friday. Held all day Saturday.
Let's go.
It's right now and still in the top 10.
Let's go.
What a cool thing. I've never been a part of something that's gone to one, other than the Famous Friends record going to number one on iTunes. But
Yeah, but this is an individual song.
right,
And
yeah. And it was just it's really cool. It's a really cool feeling.
go.
I was playing some shows this weekend with a buddy of mine, and someone randomly on the street was like, didn't you co-write? And I was like, whoa.
That's
How
awesome.
is this happening right now? So
Pretty cool career moment for you, buddy.
yeah, just very thankful, really cool. Please check her out. Alexandra Kay. The song is Backroad Therapy.
It's great.
There you go.
My man.
Yeah.
Ooh, that thing is heavy.
These are very heavy gauntlets. I would not want
can
to
you imagine
punch anyone with these.
backhand. Oh,
Oh God! Take it
tough.
off and challenge someone to a duel.
they're out. They lose immediately.
I mean,
The
for those
metal.
audio only listeners, these things are pretty.
And if you're listening on audio,
Legit.
go check out the YouTube channel so you can see how awesomely dressed we are.
That's
It's
the third time we've mentioned it.
youtube.com/@the-quad-would-see-why. My Halloween themed song is the Addams Family theme song. That is my. Yeah.
Da-na-na-na.
No, don't do any more.
Nope. That is my Halloween themed song for this week. Is the Addams? I think one of the most recognizable Halloween theme songs, or theme songs in general, because all you have to do is hear that.
Can I
And you
give
know what
us
it is.
a? Can I give us a backup? I know I always get on to
Ghostbusters?
Ryan for doing it.
Yeah, well, you're gonna pull one of me? Sure.
I'm gonna pull a Ryan.
I feel very inflated right now.
Ghostbusters is also a really good one. But I was actually going to go with Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell, which took me forever to realize. I was like, that is not why does this guy sound like Michael Jackson? And it's because it is Michael Jackson.
yep.
That would make sense.
Yep.
Love that.
Good times.
I like to use that when my dogs are watching me through the windows.
why are you outside?
Chris, I know Spokane has come and gone. Any more shows upcoming as we get towards the end of the year that are noteworthy that we should know about? I know full band is kind of like done and gone at this point, given we had festival season and it is now in the rearview mirror. All right, and for that, you can go check out christianluigi.com/tour to see all of his events coming up.
Sorry, I was responding to someone about Thor's hammer, which is not
It's
upstairs.
still not here yet? Okay.
So I guess
It's
it
on
left.
its way, remember?
It's moving.
Have you seen Nashville traffic?
I don't know
It's
where
going to
it
take
is.
them a minute.
We can make this a bit where like, it just never shows up. I just keep reaching for it.
You're just still reaching
17
for
weeks
it.
from now, all of a sudden, someone hands it to me.
All
have
right,
to
so
follow along.
according to your ChristianCountry.com
we do have a
events,
show. We have a show in Laughlin,
There
Nevada,
we
coming
go.
up in
All right.
November.
perfect.
Then that's
Possible
that's pretty much it. Like everything else is, I've got like a fan club event. I've got some radio shows, but as far as full band, I think that's the last one. Outside of I have an Opry performance coming up in December.
Let's go.
So that'll be fun.
Let's go.
All right. Well, let's go to movies. Movies. Thanks for trying to filibuster for me, Ryan.
Yeah, I got you, man.
appreciate that.
Yeah. No,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Team effort.
Nope. You know, it's what we do here.
Oh, man.
As co-host of the Quad with Chris Young, we we filibuster.
All right. Can I ask everyone a question? Everyone's seen the 1982 version of
Unfortunately,
Poltergeist,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Carol Ann.
So good. 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Higher than I thought it was going to be.
I'm really surprised. I thought it was going to be lower than that as well. And actually, this is one of those rare occasions where there's only 82% of Google users like this movie, but I wonder if it's because of how old it is.
Probably.
Rewatching it now, there's.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
but when you watch it through the lens of 1982,
yeah,
pretty incredible.
It's-
it was insane. And if you're scared of clowns, I'm so sorry.
Golly.
Strange and creepy happenings beset an average California family, the Freelings, Steve, Diane, teenage Dana, 8-year-old Robbie, and 5-year-old Carol Ann. When ghosts commune with them through the television set. Initially friendly and playful, the spirits turn unexpectedly menacing. And when Carol Ann goes missing, Steve and Diane turn to a parapsychologist and eventually an exorcist for help. $121 million at the box office on a $10 million budget.
Is this Spielberg?
Dang.
Crushed it.
This is Spielberg, isn't it?
Spielberg wrote it.
He wrote it,
Could
yeah.
not direct it because he was directing E.T. at the time and was not allowed to do both
Wow.
projects at the same time.
So
Is
it
Spielberg
is
the best director of all time?
And forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this name because it's Tobe. Is it Toby Hooper?
I think so. Two.
Or just Tobe Hooper? Well, I mean, I don't know.
Tobe would be so much cooler.
Old Tobe, you know?
TH. Hoop
Actually,
Daddy.
you know what? Now I got to look this up. He directed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
He
Come
did.
on.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Obviously, I like the movie because, it's a classic. But as an
love it.
adult watching it, obviously, it's way different than scary movies now. And it just doesn't come off scary anymore because of the effects are so different. And you just know how old it is. And you're just like, this is good. So it's good when you first watch it as a kid. As an adult, it's still good, but it's just not scary anymore to me.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know. I still like it.
It inspired years of fear of when TVs would go to static
Right.
after
Like
the
the
White
ring.
noise.
Oh,
Like the
God.
ring.
Well, no. So it like late at night, and again, we're a little bit older.
The elder millennials here.
Yeah. It would go on some channels. It would just go to straight static.
Yeah, they didn't have 24-hour-a-day programming. They would just let it
And that would
roll
happen at
until-
my grandma's house because she had like the old school TVs and stuff like that. So I know what that is.
So for years, that would scare the hell out of me. And certainly, it was less about the portal this time around. Like rewatching it, I was like, yeah, that really wasn't as scary. It was weird. But the pool scene when the mom falls in there.
oh, and the skeletons.
Yeah.
That one,
Yeah.
because I was like, no, there's still something else when I was rewatching it. And then that scene came, I was like, oh, yeah, there it is. That is terrifying. And that one really stuck with me for a long time.
I don't know why, and it doesn't scare me as bad now, but the tree.
I remember the tree being scarier than it was on this rewatch.
Yeah.
This one was a little.
When I was a kid. I mean, when I was a kid, I was also afraid of the, stop animation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Bumble coming over the mountain. So
I would say
That's interesting.
to me, Signs is more scary than the Poltergeist to me still these days.
Well, Poltergeist
Well,
ruins it because
yeah,
you
yeah.
see some of the
it's Signs, like arguably the scariest moment in that movie is when he's in the basement and it just walks through in like a blurry, out of focus shot at the birthday party.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you don't really see it. And that's the whole thing with scary movies. Everybody says they want to see the monster, but when you don't see the monster,
it's way better.
I also thought the monster was very anticlimactic in Signs when you do eventually see the monster.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
at
how
the
I
end.
envision a monster.
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's
For Signs?
it's an alien. It's not a monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that was the problem with Smile too. Is like once you saw
Once
the
you-
demon, you're like,
Yeah. Meh.
eh.
Okay.
It was scarier up until that point.
But
Yes.
also, at that time Signs came out, I also lived in the middle of a cornfield. So,
That'll get you.
yeah.
It should be
That's
noted about this movie.
terrifying.
It was, yeah, because
That's not good.
it was cornfield, beanfield, cornfield, beanfield, because they alternated every
Yeah.
year. But yeah, I was literally, and you could hear the wolves, and oh yeah, very traumatizing for a fifth grader.
Sure. It should be noted some heaviness with this movie. Both Carol Ann, who died a couple years after they filmed this. In fact, she died just after filming the third one, but they still released it post her death. And then the other daughter also died the same year this came out.
What?
Yeah.
Why? How?
Carol Ann was it was complications with like an ulcer or diverticulitis that really like
I did not
took
know
her
that.
out. The other daughter, it was a domestic dispute with her boyfriend, and she went into a coma and then died a
Oh
couple
my
days
God.
later.
Whoa, that's terrible.
So a lot of heaviness surrounding this franchise. I don't think it's necessarily related to the story, but it just happens to be one of those like Hollywood stories where you go, "Wow, that's."
Did anyone see the new Poltergeist? How do they compare?
I did not.
I did. I watched it. I liked it. To me, because I had already seen the original, I'm like, it's the same story. I kind of like the throwback version to me.
Did this, and then I'm asking again, not the scary movie connoisseur over here, I tend to avoid them, did this lay the groundwork for a lot of what became known as kind of those exorcism types of movies? The Emily Rose's,
I would
think-
say that's The Exorcist.
That's Exorcist.
I was going to say the original Exorcist was before this, right?
This is the start of "There's something wrong with the house"
Yes.
genre.
Yes.
it's always the
Okay,
happy
that-
American family, by the way.
No.
That's something
That-
wrong with it.
He hit the nail on the head. Exorcist was a start of those trends. This is
Possession.
the, oh my God, something's wrong with our house.
like
where we
Get
live.
Out, there's something's wrong in the house kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
The
that.
house is haunted, possessed.
I like it.
I did drive by that house when I lived in Los Angeles. It was like about 25 miles out from me in the valley when I first moved to LA. And it's still there. It's still kind of creepy. I pulled up and I was like, yeah, I don't like this at all.
I feel like you don't drive as much as you did when you lived in LA.
Now,
Yeah. Because you're always telling these stories about like how far you had to drive,
Bro,
and the time you ended up at Drake's house.
yeah,
and
I
then,
currently everything in my life, the studio, the podcast,
It's all
it's all
close.
within a mile of itself
Yeah.
now. Basketball, everything. Yeah, I don't drive nearly as much. I used to drive, 2.5 hours a day living in Los Angeles, an hour to work, an hour and a half back. It was
Oh, my God.
12 miles. Love that.
I once sat in a car for 2 hours to go 8 miles to get Chinese food in L.A., and it was not worth it,
Ooh.
for the record.
Largely depends on where you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's some places I would do that for.
I wouldn't.
Shout out to Chago. I miss you.
Anyways, what are we
Slippery
watching?
shrimp, though. Ooh, those were good.
Yeah, what are we watching next week now that spooky
Are we
season
done
will
with
be
scary
over?
movies? Can
Can
I
we
make
do one more?
No,
What do you
no
wanna do?
more,
What do you
no
wanna do?
more,
What do you wanna do?
no
What do you
more
wanna do?
Can
scary
we do one
movies.
more? On Friday, Pray for the Devil came out.
Oh no,
That's the one where the nun becomes their first female exorcist.
no,
Ooh.
no,
I like it.
I
No.
do.
I
One
like
more?
it.
No.
Pray for the devil.
no.
Pray for the
Let's do
devil.
it. Let's do it.
Which, by the way,
today is spooky day,
just-
so
I do want to say this for anyone that isn't looking this up. This is not like PRAY. It's PREY. Pray.
The Roman Catholic Church combats a global rise in demonic possessions by reopening schools to train priests to perform exorcisms.
Yeah, no.
Although nuns are forbidden to perform this ritual, a professor recognizes Sister Anne's gifts and agrees to train her. Thrust onto the spiritual front line, she soon finds herself in a battle for the soul of a young girl who's possessed by the same demon that tormented her own mother years earlier. It's only an hour and a half long.
I like it.
Perfect.
I love this.
Yeah.
Ryan, you do realize you're in a shark costume, and Jaws is a scary movie, right?
You do know that demons can get you inside the costume too,
They,
right?
they can get you.
I'm now a sad shark.
Sure. All right. Well, you got to take that back off because we're going to the hot take.
Hot take! I put the shark fins on. Those things are hot, man. God, now I know what you feel like. All right, the hot take for this week, because I've been having this debate for what feels like about a month now with a friend of ours named Casey, who has been arguing with me about the fact that I believe, and majority of Americans believe, the U.S. Census Bureau believes, that Ohio is in the Midwest. There's been a very long debate going on whether or not Ohio, which is, by the way, the most eastern state of the Midwestern states, is actually in the Midwest, or if it is considered kind of part of the eastern seaboard region, East Coast region.
I wouldn't consider it Midwest.
A majority of Americans do. The U.S. Census Bureau actually does consider it a part of the Midwest. But there is a long-standing argument that it is not a part of the Midwestern states. That is, a Kansas or a Missouri or a Nebraska would be considered Midwest, or an Iowa. Those are generally considered Midwest. Would you consider those states and Ohio in the same bucket? I would. That's where I lie. Ohio is a Midwestern state. All of you, stop, especially you, Casey, telling me that it's not in the Midwest. It is in the Midwest.
It's way more eastern than it is Midwest.
Okay, time out. Would you consider Michigan a Midwestern state?
Yes.
Because they're right next to each other.
It is
Look at
farther
this.
west than Ohio, though.
Yeah, look at this. It is all the way to the right. Where do you get Midwest?
That is not all the way to the right.
Well,
so you better
no,
stop.
all the way to the right would
It's
be
more. It's literally not even like it's all over here. That's it's not Midwest.
So you just consider it a northern state.
Yeah, I would consider it northern, even maybe northeastern.
The
No.
most Midwestern of states would probably be considered Illinois. Chicago is known as kind of
Yes,
the
it is the Midwest.
tentpole of the Midwest.
That makes sense. Ohio is still 2 states over.
Ohio is the farthest east of any of the Midwestern states. Then you go all the way, I would say, Nebraska and that kind of line, Kansas.
They also
closes
include North Dakota, which is considerably higher than Chicago is on the map. But
Yeah, I'm sorry.
it's the biggest city in the Midwest, is what you're trying to say.
Correct.
The Midwest.
Correct. Ohio is in the Midwest. Stop arguing. I
It's
just see the
not,
mentions.
I disagree with you,
It's
Ryan.
in the Midwest.
It's not. It's a northern state, more northeastern than anything mid.
The
It is
argument that
not
would be
northeastern.
made. The argument that would be made is Ohio is in Eastern Standard Time Zone, which is the other states are in Central Time Zone. However, Ohio is a Midwest.
Okay,
So why are you helping my
not true.
argument?
Wait, no, that's dumb as hell because Tennessee's in the central time zone, but it's southern.
I'm just saying, in terms of from the Midwestern
That's not-
states.
Also, Kentucky is in both the Central and the Eastern time zone, and
And
it's
it's southern, technically.
I'm just saying, from the Midwestern states, that would be the one that would have Eastern time zones in it.
Yeah, so
in
it's
Ohio.
not. It's not Midwest. Ohio is not Midwest. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's not.
All right.
Did you just argue with yourself internally?
No, I was just saying. Sorry, it's not. Midwest.
To my understanding, the definition of the Midwest is all of the states that are flanked on both the Appalachian Mountains to the east and the Rocky Mountains to the west.
Yes.
And that is what makes
Midwest.
the Midwest. Anything west of west of the Rockies would be considered the West. Anything east of the Appalachians would be considered the East.
Because you also
anything south of
you also have to think like the reason we say Northeast when referring to those states is, even all the way back to where the colonies were, and then when those states were created, when you went west, you would go Midwest first, and then all the way to the west, which was Oregon, hence the video game Oregon Trail.
correct.
Hence
Well,
the name of the Oregon Trail.
The first time the name Midwest shows up is in 1894, and so you can only call it the Midwest once you go farther west and you go, oh, well, that's This is the actual West. Once you hit the water, then you're like, okay, so that's the Middle West.
Oh, that's Midwest.
That's Midwest.
According to, again, the U.S. Census Bureau map, Middle Atlantic, Pennsylvania, New York, cut off that way. East, North, Central is what they refer to as the Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin bracket of the Midwest. Still considered the Midwest.
No.
All right, you guys, help us figure this out. We need a hardcore vote on this. Is
OH!
Ohio
In the Midwest.
in the Midwest?
Yes, it is.
It's
Yes
not.
or no? Thank you guys again for listening to The Quad with Chris Young. As always, I'm Chris from Haley, Josh, Ryan, myself, or Bear, the Knight, Thor, and Left Shark. We love you. And we're out.